to make that map more bearable. But we'll see, you know, if they end up changing anything in the future. But right now, we're ready to begin. We've got Eccentric Gaming on offense and Melty defending here for game number 2 on Kings Row.
And Bot has spread his turrets around all over the objective. That's going to be fairly annoying to deal with. The turrets themselves actually don't do a lot of damage or much damage at all, but they are annoying because they slow you down, which makes you a much easier target to hit for the enemy. So now it's Melty attacking first and pushing straight in with great coordination, although the monkey does go down very quick. But there have been more deaths on the defensive side. Nico standing top 76. It's 76 on 76 battle. But looks like Melty's drawing their medal here, making it happen. And like we thought, this is definitely a different change of pace. Melty looks much more comfortable, much more coordinated. You know, they're all about the strategy and the coordination, and that really that's really coming into play already.
That Zarya tried, yeah, the Zarya tried desperately to get a foot on and reset that timer, or at least contest for a few seconds so Reinhardt could get in there, and it just did not go their way. Melty getting sliced up now by Pluppy on Genji with his sword out. He did some really impressive moves, actually, just capturing point A, where he kind of went behind the point, climbed into a window, dodged a Pharah, and then dashed through her to get the kill. It was just a nice little sequence there, and he's just continuing now, moving forward ahead of the team. I see there is a teleporter placed where that first spawn is normally for the defensive side. We'll see if that comes into play here.
I apologize for misspeaking. Of course, it's Eccentric that is rolling through. I keep getting my overlays messed up. Sorry about that, guys. But here we are anyway, moving straight forward on Kings Row. And holy crap, man, Eccentric is looking so good. I mean, if there has been a change to the roster. Pluppy definitely played with other teams in the past. Pluppy has kind of been a mercenary in this game, going all around from team to team to team, but also one of the strongest DPS players in Europe, I would say, and he is playing excellently so far in this grand finals. DNG looking very, very strong.
Yeah, the difference between characters like, let's say, Reaper and Pharah compared to Tracer and Genji is that Tracer and Genji have their abilities that they can use to stay alive forever, whereas, you know, Reaper basically gets the one Wraith Walk away, Pharah gets one dash into the air, but after you use that, you're a sitting duck. Genji can climb walls, jump around, double jump, deflect, like he just basically has this sustain for days, and it makes sense in the lore that Zen and Genji train together because they are a perfect match with those Harmony Orbs and Discord Orbs. Every time I see Pluppy start to go in on somebody, a Discord Orb just magically appears over their head and he dices them into pieces. It's really, really great synergy.
Absolutely, and look how many ults are up for both teams right now, but the attacking team does have 4 of their ultimates up. I'm going to go ahead and look at Burix. He's not very close to his breaking it down, but he should probably have it after another team fight here. And Eccentric is pushed straight onto the objective. Let's see who's dying so far. Looks like a lot more on the Melty side have died, but a nice
Deegan got 3
justice from Deegan. Justice has been delivered swiftly.
Yep, that evens it up a little bit. Pluppy finally falls. I've been watching him the whole game so far, just crushing through people, not slowing down at all. But now I'm going to go ahead and take D-Gun's POV. Since he did land that meaty ultimate, might as well give him some love here as he watches the returning team come through that choke. He's just going to lob a few rockets through there, wear down Reinhardt's shield. That's something that you can be doing all the time, so it's always good. If you're just sitting by the payload, just always consider what's coming up next, what you could be doing, and try to have as little downtime as possible in these competitive games. So Pharah actually looped around behind. D-Gun is behind the offense right now, trying to get something in, but Zenyatta was far enough back, he was able to toss a Discord and call it out, so D-Gun has to get out of there just barely with 40 health remaining.
Alright, a nice coordinated move here by Eccentric. I've been watching from the Reinhardt's point of view here. Reinhardt commonly is going to be the backbone of any strong push, is a Reinhardt or a Winston or some kind of shield that allows your team to move forward, deal damage without getting too much damage dealt to you. But Melty with a flurry of kills, 3 kills in a row from various contributors now. And Eccentric looks so strong, but all of a sudden they've got to be questioning, is there something wrong with their build? Is there something wrong with their teamwork? They do have another flurry of ults up though, so we could see a combination of ults. We have both support ults up, which could give them a ton of survivability, and if they push together with that survivability, I'm not sure what Melty is going to be able to do to stop it. Let's see what happens there. It's so it begins. It has begun, and also the Reinhardt ult being dropped. Only 1 kill here with that Reinhardt ult, but still you could argue it's worth it in this kind of situation because they've gotten enough kills now where they're going to be unopposed.
The teleporter's actually very, very close by, and they did not get it. They did not notice, but they did get the checkpoint, so it doesn't even matter. The teleporter is refunded to Symmetra, and they're not going to be able to use it anymore. 3 members came out, but they were too slow to actually stop them from taking the checkpoint, and now that's another another box with a checkmark in it for this attacking squad of Eccentric that Melty is going to have to try and at least do as well as they did. And now with 4.5 minutes remaining here in the last stretch, this is just one last S-curve, and they've gotten a lot of mileage already. They're in the last straightaway, and that's actually, defense is kind of okay with that. They prefer to have the kill hallway to being able to having to do 2 corners, but D-Gun dropping that barrage does actually score 3 kills while Cabal and Nico clean up the other 2. So big defense there from Melty.
And the meta that we saw in the previous phase of the beta of 2 support, 2 tank, 2 DPS, Europe always kind of differed from that. They always played with less of an emphasis on tanks right now, but I can't help but feel like the lack of a Zarya on attack kind of hurts. The current patch Zarya is just so strong. Nico coming from behind and causing mayhem. Defensive break it down happens, but now both teams have that extra health buffer. It does look like Eccentric has been dying very quickly here though, and they're going to be wiped.
Yeah, Melty got the better of that exchange. I was watching Pluppy on McCree now. He actually ditched Genji, which I think is kind of interesting, but this last payload point, you can go 2 different ways. You can go lots and lots of flankers and jump through the window and try to get people as they're respawning, but you kind of need that land-ground force pushing together. So McCree, Soldier, Reinhardt, Mercy, and I believe it was Zen earlier, but now Lucio likely being played... and he's going to push forward with that sound barrier. He doesn't have it just yet, but they are trying to secure some kills before pushing forward. Nadir actually scores 3 kills onto Melty as they push forward now.
6'd up by Nadir. That's exactly what they needed.
And a kill on Zarya. Great stuff.
Yeah, almost a complete wipe, and that kill on Zarya is going to make this next team fight potentially in the favor of Eccentric. The Gorilla's going to jump on, drop the shield.
Oh!
A bunch of room to breathe here.
Reinhardt charged in and got flopped.
Yeah. Good use of the and we do now have Zaryas on both teams on this final portion of the objective, so now switching back to the 2 tank lineup, and a little tiny bit of breathing room now back for Melty. This is getting to the point where it's not a great time anymore. It did look like Eccentric was on pace to set a very adept time, but at this point they can't be all that happy. That said, they still could and still very well might finish off the objective, which is a victory in its own.
Yeah, it is close enough now that one big string of ults could actually just finish the game, so they're still in a good position. There's Nadir with Death Blossom. He doesn't use it just yet. As Lucio's sound barrier just happened. Looks like Melty's wiping them with a combo of Nico's Genji ult and good tank play.
Actually, Melty could even push out a little bit here. I'm not sure how far they want to push out, but it does look like they're going to start trying to hold around this bend and keep Eccentric from even getting closer to the objective, as it has actually moved significantly further back. Only 1 minute and 20 seconds left. Eccentric still has plenty of time to make it happen. That's a nice Zarya ult, catching a couple. Not catching them all, though. Kills mainly going the way right now. Well, actually, kills in both directions. Huge play by Crew there.
Big offensive res with Nadir dropping that Death Blossom. He didn't actually get much done with it, so they have to finish the job right now. Reinhardt goes down. It looks like Lucio also down. They're going to be able to push forward a little bit. Winston needs to get out of there as he's about to be reapered. Zarya is surrounded by 3 players of Eccentric. She does manage to kill Mercy, though, before she goes down. That's actually going to be a big pickup there. A nice swing for Melty. Winston goes down to the Reaper as well. Nadir just getting lots of love on the offense. Lots of targets. That offensive Reinhardt ult knocks down the entire enemy team, and it looks like Reaper fell off the map.
And so did oh no!
Mercy flew back into play.
But this is looking great for Eccentric for some time here. They have a huge advantage. Moon is going to dash on, and there's also some ults being dropped on both ends. But it does look like still a slight advantage here for the attacking team, but defending team spawned so close that they're back in the action. I thought that was almost for sure going to go for Eccentric, because I thought they were going to finish off the map, but now it's actually looking terrible as they're just sliding in one by one, desperately.
They have ults though.
The action.
There's a Death Blossom from Nadir being deflected massively by Genji. And it looks like the left side over here for the defense could actually maintain. They are still in overtime, but it's being constantly reset. The defense is filing in one at a time. Reaper gets knocked off again. Oh my god, Reaper. And Pluppy, as McCree, already used his Deadeye. I'm not sure if he managed to scoop anything with that. Bod is dead, so maybe he got that kill. But it looks like he's going to flash and fan this Zarya. It's still very, very close, but these tanks get into place so quickly.
Yeah. Like we said, the spawn point is so close on defense that to finish this off, it's got to be more or less a clean wipe. Otherwise, if you're killing them one at a time, they can continue to just filter in so quickly. High Noon only takes out the
He got Mercy and Lucio, though, and pushed in.
Lucio. Yeah, that's enough. A time is set, but it was set in overtime.
Nice. That's really impressive stuff, actually, to be able to set a time when it looked like it was possible they were going to get shut out.
Yeah, Nadir definitely made a lot of plays in this game. He's been making plays all day for his team.
I gotta just always watch the Reaper player, man. He knows what he's doing.
Wow. Look at Nico, though. 51% kill participation for his team. That's pretty nuts.
Yep, great game again from Nico. Time is 10:50.
All right. So again, if you're just joining us now in the grand finals, Melty is currently down 0-1 against Eccentric. Eccentric was able to take the first map, which was Nepal. And here we go to the second half of King's Row. Eccentric taking a turn to defend, and I think Melty, I said it before the map and I'll say it again, I do think this map favors Melty. If any map is going to favor Melty, it would be this or one of the original maps that were in the game since the first stage of beta. So will coordination come out on top? We're going to find out. And man, I just got to give it up to Eccentric for how well they've played in this tournament. Definitely not, people wouldn't consider them on the exact same tier as a team like Melty, I don't think. So the fact that they're putting up such a good fight and potentially might win this whole thing, it's really impressive for the team. Might be their best showing ever.
Yeah, Eccentric has, they're starting to scoop a lot of top fours, and if they can actually take out Melty here, I think they'll gain a lot of respect in both scenes, NA and EU. Pluppy, a player, like you said before, just murking and just playing for whoever will have him, dedicated to competing, and now it looks like he's found a great fit here with Eccentric.
Eccentric not opting for the Symmetra. The Symmetra didn't really come into play much on defense previously for Melty, so not all that surprised to see that in a pretty standard lineup, except for still only one tank on defense. Offense is a very standard lineup, 2-2-2.
Alright, I'm watching D-Gun here for Melty's attack. He's playing Genji.
And I'll take a look at the Winston for the attacking team. You know, Winston is such a good hero for initiating and allowing his team to have the breathing room to push into the objective. You know, that shield is such a wide radius. It really, really, really is. It's important as hell to getting your team into the objective. But already two have fallen for Melty. A third has fallen for Melty. So this first push of the game is basically already over.
That was a great Soldier Mercy combo up in the window. Genji actually went up there to try and assault both of them, and they worked together to take out Genji before Mercy could even die. So that's some good little partnerships happening here. The buddy system, it seems, is being employed by Eccentric for a great defense so far.
D-Gun actually playing not his normal Pharah, switching on over to Genji. Let's see if that works out for him. First kill does go to Melty in this engagement, so looking pretty good to start. And D-Gun, how did he not kill the Mercy there?
He didn't quite get her.
Don't know. I thought that was a for sure death, but wow, that changed quickly. The tides turned in a split second there, and Eccentric is holding strong.
Yeah, I switched over to Nadir just in time to see him get that last shell into Zenyatta. So they are going to have to wait even longer now for Zen to respawn. I like the addition of the sprays. Now that people have sprays that are actually cool looking, they spray up all the capture points and payloads and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. I'm glad for the variety. But here we go, D-Gun dashing in with Genji after getting the Lucio ult to his benefit. Nadir does have the ultimate. There it is. Death Blossom kills basically everybody except for Genji, who had deflect up, but he just does a quick follow-up shot there to pick off Genji as well. Nadir just sunk a ton of damage into that enemy team.
Yikes, it's looking a little rough for Melty right now. Haven't been able to gain any kind of foothold. And I mean that. I mean, almost nothing they've tried has worked yet. And look how Eccentric are just happy to sit so far back on this objective, not going for any early picks, playing it very, very safe here. We are going to have a Reaper. It looks like Nico is going to be moving all the way around the back to see if he can get some picks. I'm just going to watch and see what he can do, because this is exactly what you need to
he can get Lucio McCree. Yep.
Yep. That's a great
nice
start. 3 for Nico. Oh, but a nice revive. The revive comes in just in time, and that Mercy was in a great spot not to get taken down by that Death Blossom. So what looked like such a great start is now completely changed.
Yep.
It's completely different.
It flip-flopped pretty hard.
Still very strong, folks.
I noticed Crew actually swapped onto Widowmaker again and has not been able to get anything going. So it's been a full minute, basically, that they've had a sniper out on the field, and I don't think I've seen a shot yet. That setup with Death Blossom, I think, was designed to have the sniper react to that and kill anyone approaching Reaper, but I think he got taken out a little too quick for that follow-up. It looked good, but then the Mercy Res just undid all of it.
Well, Widowmaker ult is popped, so full vision, full knowledge for the attacking team here. Can Melty do anything with it? If not, they look dangerously close to going down and out 2-0 in this best of 5, so still one more map after that would be played for sure. And defensive break it down has happened. No, nothing on offense. Cabal, let's see how close he is. No, Cabal taken down, so some of the support dropping early here for Melty, and barely a chance left for them. Now their Reinhardt is down, so they're going to have to wait another 15 to 20 seconds here to get their entire team in action, but they're not even waiting. They're trying to push in without the man advantage, which I just don't know how well that's going to work. D-Gun reflects some of the ult from Reaper there, but D-Gun does not collect any kills with his ult, and really, truthfully, there is one last chance for Melty to not lose here.
Alright, so I've got Moonel's vision here on the attacking team Melty. He's got his Reinhardt ultimate available, so I'm sure we're going to see that used to great effect. Mercy does have her res, while Nico does have Death Blossom, so we'll see if it all comes together for them. Here's the Earth Shatter. Reinhardt does go down, Lucio goes down. This could be the opportunity to take point A at least. They do have a few minutes left if they're able to start that payload, but they could actually beat the time set. Reinhardt goes down, though.
Revives on both sides. Nice moves by Moon, but he actually dies to the Reinhardt battle anyway, even after getting the first dash effectively. And this is looking terrible. Eccentric in the driver's seat again against the top potential European team.
Great
They do
stuff.
take map number 2.
2-0 so far. If this were a BO3, Eccentric would already be your champions, but the finals are a best of 5, so we're going to head into game 3.
Crazy stuff.
Reaper the best.
Stuff. Reaper, very, very, very good at taking down Winston, as you kind of saw there. Very good against tanks in general in a close range.